Way. Match.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Just listen to that noise, this place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We are just getting started. Montenegro lining up in what very much looks as though it's going to be a 5-3-2.
Well, if flexibility doesn't have an influence on this system, we truly are looking at an approach that is quite...
He'll try from distance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
But he's left disappointed.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games.
And the shot! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
But they've got it again. Portugal, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper.
Dstuds clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
That's been cut out, well played. Jovetic.
Montenegro really do like to play the long ball.
And how does that work for them?
Well, you don't want the ball just coming back at you, Peter. You need somebody in there who'll make it stick.
Now it's Jovetic. Agic. And here's Jovetic. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Threads one in. Vinicius Junior! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Vinicius Junior actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Beckham standing over it. And they've got a throw. That's put paid to the danger. Stood up well to him there. Agic, and he's forced to go back. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Now it's Pelé, Vinicius Junior. Good ball, good take. Now that looks a decent ball. That is a brilliant interception. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Jovetic. Marusic.
There will be 1 minute
Marusic
at a time.
made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. And the whistle goes for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
Just a quick announcement, it is now
So
time
between
for
them,
our special
no
lottery.
goals at all
Please
so
grab the
far.
tickets you were given
Well,
when
this
you
will
were
have
looking
given
through the
them a
game.
chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
Oh, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. The second half is up and running. So neither side has yet broken through. Stefan Savic. Best part of an hour, and still no breakthrough from either side. On that, and Jovetic! Oh, cracking effort.
Jovetic certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
Stefan Savic. Quality ball. Now he's off and running. And they can counter here. Great vision. Pass is just off target. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And it's Messi. And here's Vinicius Junior. Lovely pass, but can he get there? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Portugal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. Portugal clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Nicely weighted ball. Aim forwards. Pelé. Batistuta. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's in on goal. Chance! And he hits the net. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless.
Substitution on the field. Number 11. Number 10.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 9.
So the first moment of real
Substitutions
significance.
taking place.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
100 minutes has been indicated.
That's a simple one for the keeper. Oh, relief! Relief at last, the final whistle. Portugal have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Vinicius Junior picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
But I need to go. What did I see? It's Portugal. Mhm.
Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected.
And a chance! And he's done it!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Oh, that's excellent composure because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Milan have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
He's having a shot! And that's a tiny finish. Not one, but two. It is a dream start. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in...
Shot a goal! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they're threatening to fly away here. He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Oh, that's a brilliant finish, Peter. Such a satisfying one from his perspective, knowing he hit it so beautifully.
Milan find a position of real strength now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, it's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to get... It's Modric! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Spirited, to say the least. Certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
Inter Milan already looking up at the vast mountain they've been left to climb. No outsmarting him this time. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped.
Great chance! Well taken goal. They are purring, truly purring. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
We'd like to inform you now that the latest travel information is currently being displayed on the screen.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We are just getting started. Well, Christian Vieri looks for all the world like the classic target man, but he is so much more than that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's imposing and physically dominant, as you say, but he's also a threat from range and quite a lethal finisher.
Big cricket fan too, I hear.
Meant to be quite good at it, I believe.
Yeah, some people just born with everything. How's that? Oh no, this does not look good. Deftly away. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Goes for the shot! Oh, he's done it! The goal to end it all! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And that ends it! And that is how you do it. One quick draw finish. Boom.
What a performance. What a performance. Once that whistle went, there really was no looking back, was there? The game just flew past us all.
Hello, everybody, and a quick
Well, thanks
announcement
to
now.
Jim
We would like
alongside
to
me,
ask you
and as
all
the
to
fans
kindly
make
stay
their way
seated
home,
during
so
the
must
match.
we.
Thank
Good
you
evening
for
to
your
you.
cooperation.
Well, hello and welcome to you all on this opening day. Two teams, each seeking the perfect pick-me-up start at the expense of each other.
Against Portugal.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. It's a promising position. Terrific effort! Goal!
Well, there's leadership for you. That's what the armband means for him, setting the perfect example, the perfect tone. Tremendous.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. That has been slung wide. Skims one in, and he can thump it away. Saka, Rodgers, Saka gets into a good position. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Saka, he's picked his... Oh, good climb! Harmlessly behind.
England certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Ramos. Goes down, but nothing given. Now it's Saka. Oh, that's fabulous. Spread to the right. And that's been drilled in. And he's there to belt it away. Bernardo Silva, Gonzalo Ramos. Gonzalo Ramos gets flagged offside.
Portugal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Saka in acres of space out wide. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Vitinha did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Decent chance! And he has his goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now he's got space here. Well, that's cause for mild irritation. Ruben Neves. Gonzalo Inacio. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Can he get it through? And he's quick to get rid. It's gone out for a throw-in. Now it's Vitinha.
There will be 3 minutes
Deep
added time.
into stoppage time. Kane. Kane. Now it's Saka. Tries to pass it through. James getting up there! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. There could be trouble here. That's Kane. And a chance! Big moment! Massive goal! Minimal lapse, maximum punishment. How that hurts.
Well, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Harry Kane! Harry Kane! Harry Kane!
And that is indeed the final act. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Now it's Ramos. Looking to play him in. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Strong running down that left flank. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's a sharp little ball here. And that is well cleared. And he's quick to return it. Great ball, and he's in here. He's got away with one there.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Portugal with the corner, they're first. Chance! And he shoots! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Right here, right now, it's not looking favourable. They're chasing the ball and the game. Portugal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can...
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
It's a red
Substitution for England. Number 26, Morgan Rogers. Number 3, Reece James. Number
Stones.
25, Rashford.
Portugal perhaps
Coming on the
contemplating
field,
their next change
number
here.
10,
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a
Number
tight game like
16,
this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Number 11, Phil Foden.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Lovely ball and a real chance now. Now, what about a counter-attack? Chance, surely! Oh, what a big... Oh, he's been caught napping. Foden, and another try! It's in! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Phil Foden.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
He shifted it to the flank. Saka finding himself in space. And the shot! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, it's fallen loose again! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal.
After 88 minutes.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Ruben Neves. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And that was very necessary. Corner number 2 then. He leaps for it! Bellingham can clear it away. Drills one in. Not the most convincing of passes. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Portugal bow out. Defeat sealing their fate. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Portugal really looked like they were just second to everything, disjointed even. Yeah, it was a high-intensity game,
Please join
and
me in wishing
that
all
may
the
have
best
gotten to some of the
members
players,
our
but
fan
even
club
so, it was just
celebrating their wedding
disappointing on
anniversary
a lot of
today.
levels.
Let's play again.
A moment to savour for all of us. Lined up on the start line, their eyes fixed on the prize. It is the ultimate calm before the inevitable storm. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We're up and running then. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Matches Nunes finds himself in the starting lineup. Jim, what would you say are his most notable qualities?
I think he's going to be really important for this team, Peter, because he provides a wonderful balance between attack and defence. He's someone the manager can trust to make the right decision out there, so this fella can have a big impact.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Pedro Neto. Looking for options for movement. That's the throw. João Felix shoots! Aims beyond the defence. Now it's Kane. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. He is through here! That is good strength. That's a sharp pass. Stones. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Rashford chasing after it. They get a throw in.
For this match.
And it's Rashford. Gonzalo Ramos. This is a promising build-up. Now it's João Felix. Gonzalo Ramos.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And this, it's Cristiano Ronaldo! Goal! Portugal! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
37 minutes is number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. O'Reilly plays the return pass.
Portugal really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
There will be 1 minute added time.
O'Reilly! O'Reilly! That's another chance! Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Hello, attendees.
Portugal
This
just
is a
ahead then
lost
as we
children's
reach 45
announcement.
minutes.
With the father of a boy in
On the
yellow
evidence of what
t-shirt
we've
kindly
seen,
make his
they're
way
worth
to
their
the
lead.
information
There was
centre.
genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Portugal leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Portugal currently ahead by the smallest of margins. That is one way to stop him. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Konsa. Rogers makes a dash for it. Space for him to turn and look. Rice with it. Rice! A chorus of approval here. It's really good play. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Rice goes short. Hoisted in. Terrific effort! It's a goal! England are back in business! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. Portugal really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so. Deal with the...
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
He's in plenty of space here. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's an own goal!
Ah, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Gonzalo Ramos. That ball looks a good one. Shot, surely! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And it's Kane. Saka. And he was alert to it. No, not quite on the same wavelength. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Rafael Leao. Vitinha. Matheus Nunes. Rice. Rashford.
England surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now, can they get it back? I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Substitution for England, number 26.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 10.
Bernardo Silva attempts a clearance. Rice plays it short. Looking for the far post. Oh, well played, well played. Portugal are looking to go forward now. And it's Vitinha. And here's Ramos. Caught offside that time.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Substitution for England, number 9. Kane. Number 25, Rashford. Number 3, Reece James. Coming on the field, number 19.
Now he's got space here. That looks a cracking ball. Diogo Costa gets his hands on it and the danger is averted.
There will be 5
Back
minutes
towards the
added
middle.
time.
Bruno Fernandes. And here's Trincao. Nice interception, well timed. And this is Cristiano Ronaldo! Of course! And right near the end, we have parity. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Cristiano Ronaldo demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Coming on the field.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes. Another 30 minutes, hopefully, to make a difference. The hostilities have already resumed. Portugal displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that's got them here. Now can they go one better? Quick look, then plays it in. And the keeper beats it away. Nicely weighted ball. Crossed in once more.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Cristiano Ronaldo being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter.
Picked out, it's Cristiano Ronaldo! Little doubt, that is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken.
Substitution in progress. There will be one
Vega
added
does
time.
really well to win the ball there. Tries to pass it through, and he shoots! And with that, it is half-time, extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And so the last chance to find a winner. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Trincao. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Byrne. Rapidly approaching the end. It does seem that we are headed for penalties. He's had it taken off him. Now it's Trincao. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Menu. It's Saka. Gets a good foot in there.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Saka.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, that's fabulous. There's the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, what has happened here? It's anyone's ball now. Played it again. That's it, there is no more. It is going to penalties. So we've done it, we've been there, we've gone the full 12 rounds.
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show
I'm afraid to tell you that
watching
we're
both
expecting
teams
traffic to be
refusing to
heavy after
lose.
the
I mean, they
final
both
whistle
ran
today.
their socks off.
Nothing more the coaches can do. They, along with the rest of us, mere spectators, as we hit football's ultimate drama. An exchange of stares, and we're ready to go. And he has done his bit.
Well, so far, so good, Peter.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the next man in the spotlight.
Yeah, good pen that.
A swift riposte. So on to the second man. Oh, great save! That is a great save! Bruno Fernandes, second in line for them. Oh, he teased the keeper and it paid off.
I think he instinctively knew the keeper was going to move.
England feeling the pressure. And he puts it away.
It was well disguised. It gave no inkling as to where he was going on that.
Guerrero, the third man up. Stuck away with immaculate poise.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do there and executed it perfectly.
This for parity.
Yeah, looked so confident as well. The keeper's notes didn't help him then.
So the fourth man in line walking up to the spot. Oh, stuck away with absolute confidence.
Well, you can't approach a penalty with any doubt, or you'll have to rely on luck.
So can he do it? Can he keep them alive? Yes, that's how you do it.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either. It's all about his mindset now.
It's fine now.
Dispatched! Portugal can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more. We're certainly result-wise.
It's Mexico versus Portugal.
Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now. Gabriel Batistuta, Jim, pretty much the embodiment of the complete striker, wouldn't you say?
Devastating. A great goal scorer and a scorer of great goals too. Given the ball anywhere near the box, and you know what the outcome will be.
A very example of a centre-forward.
Absolutely, he was pretty close to perfection for most of his career.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And that's really well manoeuvred. Martinez gets on his bike and on the move. He's picked his way through, and the shot! He's having a pop! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Ronaldinho,
Oh, great feat, that.
closing in on goal. He's having a shot! Goal! Inter! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Inter Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Probably be looking to play it square from here.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Terrific save by Manuel! That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Dealt with nicely by the defence. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Nicely weighted ball. And this is Ronaldinho. Could be danger here. He is through here. He's one-on-one, surely! Baresi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Barella. Now it's Keane. Now it's Pulisic. Pulisic! Oh, it's gone in! Inter are back in business. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Inter Milan restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Acerbi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's just beyond his reach. Played into space. Barella. Now DiMarco. That has been cut short.
2 added minutes
Cafu.
has been indicated.
He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, played through for the wide man. And that is the end of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. And so the action is resumed. He's going to be disappointed with that. Zielinski. Picks out, shapes to shoot! Superb from Zielinski! About as smooth as it gets. Into the lead once more. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Inter Milan with the lead. He's shifting through the gears here. Aimed at the far side. And he's cleared it back out. Batistuta being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
DiMarco. Great vision. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench.
Oh, just a keep. And Batistuta! Batistuta! Glorious! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Zielinski!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. DiMarco did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Zielinski. And it's Barella. And here's Batistuta. Zielinski. Now it's Martinez. Inter Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And that is a little undercooked. A probing pass. Not the most accurate pass.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that looks a decent ball. So that's it. It is all over. Inter Milan perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment.
And we come to you now with a
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic.
Well, this is a critical game. A chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We are just getting started.
I suppose if you're playing in an attacking position in this team, then having a craftsman like Rui Costa beside you is a dream.
He's in most people's lists of great number 10s.
I'm going to go along with that too.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's delightful. Pulisic. No, not quite on the same wavelength. DiMarco. Keane. Chance here to counter. And here's Batistuta. Salamanca's makes the interception. De Bruyne. Rui Costa. Space for him to turn and look. He has a look up. The referee has given a corner. Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Point-blank header! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Lobotka is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
De Bruyne can so cleverly bypass the press. More and more pressure on the ball here. Inter Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And it's Lobotka. That's really... Shoots! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Goal! Inter! And there is your opener. Pulisic duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Inter Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Barella does well to get it back. Now it's Batistuta. Back where it came from. That is a brilliant interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he cuts out the supply. De Bruyne. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Baresi. And that is the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Inter Milan come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game-changer.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
And he's quick to return it. Martinez unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Ricci. Lobotka. Tries one from range. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
And it's Rui Costa. That's a nicely shaped ball. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. De Bruyne. Looking to play him in. Great vision. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Oh, lovely bit of skill. Pulisic. Lobotka. Now it's Salmakers. Salmakers. Oh, good play! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
And that reaction says it all.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Pulisic, number 20, Keane, number 8, Modric.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Number 7, Zielinski. Coming on the field, number
That's the
29,
throw.
Fofana. Number 9, Lorenzo Pellegrini. Number 22, Çalhanoğlu.
This is Batistuta. Batistuta! And he has his goal. Inter are back in business. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this poses a very interesting question now, Pete.
It's Mkhitaryan! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Zielinski gets it away.
Time.
Lobotka ventures forward. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. 90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
Currently being displayed on the screen.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next.
And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already.
Inter Milan displayed great character to force extra time from what looked a pretty ominous situation. The question now is, can they go on to win it? It is doable. And that pass just didn't quite work. And that is well cleared. Can he get it through? And he is deftly away. He's been bundled over. That is a foul.
No second thought, a straight red card.
Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go.
Çalhanoğlu with a real chance here.
Substitutions taking
Well, I think
place.
the technical challenge is doable. This could depend on the amount of power.
Çalhanoğlu! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the shot! Oh, he's done it! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Scamacca demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Inter Milan leading now.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Inter Milan have
There will be
reclaimed
1
it.
minute added time.
Salmakas, and he was quick to react. So that was it, the first period of extra time.
Blue car parked outside the stadium
So the
gate.
very last
Kindly
of the
remove it,
action
as it
is
about
still
be
to
thrown
come.
away.
Two teams separated here by the smallest of margins. Fingernails well bitten everywhere.
Substitution.
And so the last chance to find a winner. They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Acerbi. Inter Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Inter Milan now in a position of desperate urgency.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Zielinski. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven, and whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things.
Please make sure to watch
Your
the
reflections
screen
then,
for
Jim.
information
There's no room. 707 Bye.
Heady ambitions here, ahead of a game of massive consequence. The objectives are clear. To miss out on them would be unthinkable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry.
He's not the type to hog the limelight, but Angelo Peruzzi is a man I always thought worthy of praise.
Well, listen, Jim, few would question his record or his reputation, but I wonder what you think stands out about him.
Well, consistency for one, Peter, but I also like the calm aura he exudes. He'll go out of his way to make everything look effortless. He firmly believes that gave him the psychological edge.
Cafu! Oh, well played. That's a lovely, neat pass. Tries one from range.
Terrific effort, just off target. Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Succumbs to the pressure. Has a look and plays it forward. He's found a way through. And smartly reclaimed. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Rafael Leao, just about within shooting range. Boy, he struck that clean. Tries to play it through. That's been slipped through. Thuram! Goal! Milan! The first significant strike. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
He's in a great position here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He shapes the shoots. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
Foot in. And the pass is intercepted. Demarc. Oh, what a mistake! Thuram making good progress on the right-hand side. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
"40 minutes gone, half-time closing in. Can he get it through? Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Great vision. That looks a good ball through. He's in one-on-one. He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's... and again! And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He such as the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
So that's it, 45 minutes up.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be...
And the shot! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Modric. Baresi. DiMarco. Played out to the left flank. He's shifting through the gears here. Good ball, good... Can he finish? Oh, it's fallen loose again! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card.
Tomori has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
That has ended up in no man's land. He's had it taken off him.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly.
Now it's Keane.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
Now who's going to be first to this? And here's Pulisic.
Pulisic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh no, this does not look good.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Pulisic.
Peruzzi punts it upfield.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
Rafael Leao.
Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
And here's Rafael Leao. Goes for a shot!
And again. And he scores.
Substitution.
Inter Milan can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Çalhanoğlu. This is a promising build-up. Martinez.
Unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Batistuta. Oh, it's come loose. Cafu gets across to intercept that.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Barella cuts it out. And this is Batistuta. And he thumps it clear.
There will be
And here's Batistuta. Locatelli. Chance here to counter. He's gone for goal. It's loose now and they want to get it back. No. And Martin. It's bounced back off the post. And that is as far as it goes. So that is it, the end of the road.
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, what can I say, Peter? It seemed like the enormity of the task got the better of the players, and they never really got going. I know it can happen to even the best of us, but that doesn't take...
Let's go to
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. O'Shea making another milestone appearance here. It is game number 400, Jim Beglin.
Yeah, his achievements are incredible.
Shapes to shoot! It's loose now and they want to... Diaz! No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he's in on goal! Diaz! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Will simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's found a way through. That has been cut short. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Messi. And a chance! And it's a goal! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Madrid have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things...
Messi! It's hit the upright. Oh, that wasn't far away.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Now it's Pele. McAllister calmly anticipates. Mbappe. He's picked his way through. A decent chance! Hits off target and by quite a way.
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Tries to play it through, and it's made its way to him. Not the most convincing of passes. Shevchenko. Now, can they get him away?
Portugal certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Baresi wins the duel this time. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Batistuta. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, this is a great position. And he's there to clear it. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Portugal trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So right back into the action.
Portugal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
He'll try from distance! Oh, cracking effort.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Beckham. And it's Shevchenko. And here's Diaz. That's an excellent interception. Puyol clears without hesitation. Now it's Mbappe. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, good-looking ball. Duke is flagged offside. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. And he is going into that little black book. No, he's not getting his way this time. Baresi. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Nicely weighted ball. Look at... And Batistuta! And it's in! Portugal are level! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And that's the keeper's ball. What a throw in. Threads one in. That has ended up in no man's land.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
That's a promising position.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Taken back almost at once. And here's Shevchenko. Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Number 9.
Portugal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Number 10.
And that has been cleared.
Number 26.
And now they can spring out of defence. He's a sharp little ball here. Puyol cuts out the pass. Khan getting this one clear. Oh, it's Batistuta. Yamal. Oh, that's Fab. Yamal! Puyol getting this one clear. O'Reilly. This might... There's the shots! Incredible! Just incredible! A game of margins! A game of thrills!
This might just do it! That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I think it'll be interesting, Peter, to see what challenge the opposition now bring to Araujo. I really rate him because he can cope with pace, he can cope with dribbling wingers, and he's a very valuable asset. And he's become a real focus in that defence.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. And we have our very first corner. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Diaz. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Portugal are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. No, he's not getting his way this time. Shevchenko. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Yamal. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Deftly away.
Now it's Shevchenko. This looks promising. Yamal
Unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
and he thumps it clear. O'Reilly. Nicely weighted ball.
That's really well manoeuvred.
Now it's Batistuta. That's destined for the flank. Batistuta.
Shevchenko! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
And this is Pele. Shevchenko. Oh, quality save. That has not gone well. And he's let, and he shoots.
Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Barcelona are looking to go forward now.
Added time.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying.
And we are up to the break.
Portugal certainly
Hello,
have
everybody,
plenty
and
of
quick
positives to
announcement
take
now.
from
We'd
that
like to
first
ask
half,
you all to
especially the
kindly
way
stay
they were
seated
able
during
to
the match.
turn it on in
Thank
the
you
last
for your
few minutes.
cooperation.
I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Substitution.
So let's get the ball rolling. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Beckham. O'Reilly has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And that could... He's had a shot!
Well taken goal. Just as they wanted it. Just when they wanted it. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Portugal have taken the lead.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Corner number 2 then. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence.
Portugal are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Now it's Yamal. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's fabulous. Opts to play it back. And the shot! Oh, it's a thumping hit. Bojan. Oh, that is a good ball to... Chance for a shot! Goal! There seemed no way back, but they are level. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Substitution for Portugal.
Barcelona restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 9, Shevchenko. Coming on the field is number 26, Kagawa.
Portugal are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Great chance! Goal! Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 23, Beckham.
So a bit of a revolving
Number
door here.
14,
Lots and lots of changes.
Number
Barcelona
19,
leading now.
Yamal.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
20, Didier Drogba.
Portugal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Now it's Drogba. Rice. Looking to play him in. That's an excellent interception. Oh, good-looking ball.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Not the most accurate pass. There's the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
And the keeper beats it away. Boyan engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Pele. Nice interception, well timed. Oh, that pass isn't the best. They've got to be quick to recover this.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Oh, easy pickings there. The end, time is up. Portugal can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off.
Just a quick announcement. It is
Your
now
reflections
time for our
then, Jim.
special lottery.
Portugal just
Please
may
grab
have
the
felt
tickets you were
a
given
little
when you
extra
were walking through
pressure
the
in
gates.
front of their own fans that caused a nervousness and tension.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see, and that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making every one of them count. I've got a feeling he's going to be a real handful for the opposition here.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. De Bruyne aimed beyond the defence. Raul. Yamal.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Diaz pinches it off him. Del Piero plays a sharp little ball here. Good ball. Oh, shooting chance! And again! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous.
Alexander-Arnold plays it short. There's the shot! And that would have been some goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Alexander-Arnold. That's a sharp pass. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And the counter is on. And it's Batistuta. Played out towards the right wing. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, this looks sharp. Vardiol did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
That was lovely, that.
Tries to dink it through. Raul finds himself offside. De Bruyne does really well to win the ball there. Portugal yet to have an attempt on goal. Oh, good spread. Del Piero. Guti closing in on goal. Brilliantly cut out. Gabriel. Neymar. Fatih Karagümrük are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Now this could be a chance. O'Reilly! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
He leaps for it. In towards the... Oh, good effort. Now, who's going to be first to this? Fatih Karagümrük are looking to go forward now. And it's Neymar. Jupe going about things with real menace.
There will be 1
Yamal.
minute added time.
To Beckham. O'Reilly. And we've reached half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. And we are up to the break.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. And we get things going again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Raul, and he's been shifted off it. O'Reilly is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Lovely, now then, shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
Shevchenko really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Shoots.
Corner number 2 then. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. What a throw in. Oh, well played, well played. Duke. And here's Batistuta. Alexander-Arnold. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Batistuta. Now it's Pele. Ruben Diaz gets across to intercept that. And still we await the first breakthrough. Knocks it into space. And this is Batistuta. And this is Shevchenko. Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Substitution on the field. Number 10.
Corner
Raul.
number 3 coming up.
Coming on the field is number 26. Trossard.
It's not an especially good... And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. O'Reilly couldn't squeeze it through. Trossard. Guti. And this is Shevchenko. Tries to play it through. Shot a goal! It's in! Finally the breakthrough!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Substitution.
Portugal can now introduce the first of their substitutes. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, I think it's time for fresh legs. Looks like a popular decision as they're going all out for this now.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
So far, so good, Peter, but they need to start thinking of the next one now. Take this momentum and force the issue even more.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Trossard.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Substitution on the field. Number 9. El Hadj Diouf.
So here comes the substitution. So time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Portugal leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Oh, there's a probing ball.
Fatih Karagümrük really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And here's Kagawa. Great
Indicated.
chance! It's a goal! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Portugal. Number 26. Shinji Kagawa.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
And it's Del Piero. O'Reilly. Kagawa. And we're done. Portugal can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. Certainly more results driven as they went about their business in an efficient manner. Yamal taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
With the father of a boy in the green.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, and in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We are just getting started. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. So there he is, Wesley Sneijder, a terrific playmaker.
Yeah, one of the very best to emerge from that legendary Amsterdam production line. An old-style number 10 whose ability with the ball is the envy of many.
And is that his greatest strength, or is there more to him?
Well, without doubt, it's his tactical intelligence combined with his pinpoint precision. The guy is like clockwork. You have to have that if you want to play there.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Pulisic. And here's Keane. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers. Don't concede the opener.
Caught offside that time. Batistuta was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Schneider. This looks promising. Looking for the run. Now it's Martinez. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Yellow or red? It is red.
Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
Well, I suppose the other choice, Peter, would have been to let your opponent score, so he had no other option.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Schneider! Schneider! Brilliant! A finish of true class!
Oh, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Number 17.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Schneider.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
And it's Schneider. Well, played right into his path.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And it's been played through. Martinez with... Can he finish?
Oh, good finish! And they're threatening to fly away here.
Simplicity itself.
Ah, it's shocking. The ease with which he was able to get into the space, and a player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And Martinez!
He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner.
Chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! They are purring, truly purring!
Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
A case now of complete control.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Oh, this looks sharp. Now, can they get him away?
Oh, well played, well played.
Tries a shot!
Looking to play him in.
Cannavaro.
3 minutes at a time.
Tomori gets across to intercept that.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Throw in.
And that's definitely not his best.
And the referee says that is that for the first half.
Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Today, please take some time out.
How would
to
you
give your
review the
support
first
to our
half?
better stadium
Inter
fund.
are very much up against it, and that's given the manager a real headache as to how to get his players to regain focus during half-time. He's going to have to get amongst the players and really lift them to produce something close to the best football if they're going to salvage this.
Hirotoshi Nakata.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And this is Van Basten. Pass somewhat off target. Martinez. Oh, that's fabulous. And And the shot! It's in!
They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. Oh, that was sharp. Deliciously sharp.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
Milan are having a ball here. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Goes for goal! And he's missed it.
Nakata clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Schneider. Koopmeiners. Barella.
He is through here. It's hit the uprights. Into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Spirited to say the least, certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
Not the most accurate pass. And he's intervened well there.
Modric. Defending was strong and firm.
Now it's Van Basten.
Nakata.
Oh, that's well spotted.
Oh no, this does not look good. Chance, surely! And he steered it beyond the post.
Van Basten completely showed too much of that to the keeper, and he'll be kicking himself for it. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
He's found a way through.
Shot a goal! And no mistake.
It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Milan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Keane. And here's Modric. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Oh, what a mistake!
Substitution.
Schneider. Costa Curta.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Pass is just off target. 5 minutes to add.
Martinez is having a shot! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish right from the top draw.
The goal scorer.
They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Some of those...
And there goes the final whistle.
Inter Milan have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to... Things are bubbling up quite nicely here, a healthy whiff of expectation laced with the odd infusion of nerves. Everyone knows what's at stake here, the chance to play on a grander stage. It is time now to focus. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game, everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then. There is Franck Ribéry, just a smashing player, Jim.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see an awful lot of him out on the wing here, Peter. He'll inject an awful lot of energy and pace into...
And the shot! It's in! And the game springs instantly to life!
And it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Now it's Pulisic.
Keane, lovely ball.
Shots! Oh, it's come off the upright.
And he should have made them pay.
Keane has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
That is a brilliant interception. And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Keane. Now it's Pulisic. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Quarter of an hour played.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And he's intervened well there. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Pulisic. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And there's the shot! Boy, he struck that clean. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Oh, good-looking ball. Has a look and place it forward. And this is Batistuta.
Decent attempt, that, just a little mistimed.
And he's being shifted off it. Donatoni. Nicked it back promptly. Baresi. Çalhanoğlu.
He's having a pop! He's got away with one there.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Well, they've got it again.
No way through there.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now it's Keane. Keane. And that is well cleared. Great ball, and he's in here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that was nowhere near his best. And that was very necessary, and claimed it back swiftly. Mkhitaryan.
Minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Pulisic. Tries to pass it through. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Inter Milan go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Away we go again.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down. La Spezia clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
And he's managed to get rid. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Now that looks a decent ball. Donadoni. Deftly away.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And it's Zielinski. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Mignon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Inter really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Now it's Batistuta. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, just skips past his man. And Keane! And there's his goal! There seemed no way back, but they are level. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. Inter Milan restore parity. There's the shot! It's in! And they've got their lead back. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
La Spezia clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Coming on the field, number 18, Lautaro Martinez. Number 13.
Into the last 5 minutes. Now, can they get him away? Chance for a shot! He's beaten the keeper, and that's a tidy finish. And surely now, the result beyond doubt. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Oh, terrible mistake. He's one-on-one, surely! Oh, good take. Rafael Leao! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Number 22.
Inter Milan making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
That should be it. That will be it. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities. Well, this is a critical game, a chance for the perfect statement to any potential rival that you are aiming higher at their expense. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's away we go then. It is that familiar feeling again, old foes, fresh hostilities. Alessandro Costacurta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Well, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Ambitious ball here. That's really well cleared. Nice physical challenge. Nicely aimed pass. He's shifting through the gears here. And here's Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao! Good try, very good try in fact.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
Probing pass. That is ended up in no man's land. Now that looks a decent ball. Rafael Leao gets into a good position. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Thuram unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. No way through. Pulisic. And here's Batistuta.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
Decent chance! Goal, Milan! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Number 18,
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Nicely shaped ball. Zielinski threads one in. He's beaten the last man. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Tries one from range. He's got away with one there.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Tomori. Cafu. And it's Modric.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Tries to pass it through. De Ketelaere providing and the shot! It's in! And they're threatening to fly away here. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So that's 2 now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Now it's Batistuta.
2
Ketelaere.
minutes has been indicated.
McKennie. Rafael Leao receives it in a good position here. And that brings the first half to a close.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Thank you very much for your
Well,
cooperation.
it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Substitution for Milan, number 18, Rafael Leao. Number 14, Turner. Number 11, De Bruyne. Number 5, De Ketelaere.
The second period is on the way.
Number 10.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And he welcomes it in.
Schneider. It's Schneider!
Pass somewhat off target. Mateus pinches it off him. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Pulisic. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
It's a pretty loose pass. Played into space. And he was quick to react. Nicely weighted ball. Great chance, surely! They would have been quick to recover this. Modric. Now it's Keane. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Mkhitaryan. Now it's Batistuta. Lovely pass. Chance for a shot! And it's come back out to him. Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, he certainly reacted quicker than anyone else, Peter. He just couldn't keep his composure in the end.
That has not gone well. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Inter Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Inter are stuck in Central Station, and they might find a fast track out wide if they'd care to look.
It'll be a throw-in.
Substitution.
Looking for the run. Openda. And this is Schneider. Roberto Baggio. Roberto Baggio! Baggio! What a goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out.
And that's it.
Substitution.
All that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to
Coming
one
on
and
to
all.
replace him is number 20.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
What is this?
Well, it is only day one, but already there is a palpable sense of obligation right from the start. These teams know they cannot falter. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, And there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Well, plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yeah, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership, glory and superb character.
And not a few goals, actually.
Yeah, of course.
No, he refuses to take the bait. And this is Ribery. And here's Pulisic. Ronaldinho. Tries to play it through. Nice interception, well timed. Zielinski. And it's Ronaldinho. Looking for the run. Now there's a fine ball. Caught offside that time. Pulisic.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Estupinian going forward. There's the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Ronaldinho. Boga. Oh, good ball. Boga unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, such a clever touch. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, what? This time, surely! Well taken goal. They are purring, truly purring. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Chance for a shot! It's in! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Just one in it now.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Milan have reclaimed it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. No, that's been intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Aimed beyond the defence. That is good alertness. And the referee has signalled for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part.
And just a quick reminder today.
No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So straight into the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
And he's lost his man here. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty.
And he could not have picked a worse time to give one away. The chance to pull further clear. Terrific save by Manuel. Boga has it in a wide position. It's a good run that, great timing.
Okay, it didn't quite come off on this occasion, but you get the feeling as a team they might want to just stick with this approach.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Milan with the corner, they're first. Mignon gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Milan have the chance to go the other way. A lot of space ahead of him. Mateus! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Oh, that's a great chance from a really swashbuckling run. His manager will be wanting more of that.
Now, can they get him away? Keane finding himself in space. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Keane. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Estupinian wants to run onto this. Modric does really well to win the ball there.
Substitutions taking place.
And he gets rid in a hurry.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now it's Keane. It's played through for him. He's found a way through. He's had a shot! They want to be quick to recover. Oh, he's been caught napping. And a truly agonising miss.
Ribery was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop.
Estupinian.
Milan really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward.
And Keane! And he has his goal! They have stolen level at the last! He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Number 20, Keane. Keane. Substitution from Milan. Number 11, Pulisic.
So we have movement on both benches. So all square with almost no time remaining.
Substitution.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which all goes well if this goes to extra time.
Modric. Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
Everybody, and this is a quick reminder.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
Broadcast live on our club's FM station.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come.
Number 10, Modric.
Milan displayed great character to force extra time from what looked a pretty ominous situation. The question now is, can they go on to win it? It is doable.
Number 8.
That is ended up in no man's land. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Nkunku. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Batistuta, and the finish! Incredible! Just incredible! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it!
After 14 minutes in extra
Wonderfully
time.
smooth, smart, and
Number
slick.
14.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
And we're halfway through extra time.
And a quick reminder today.
Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. So this is it, one goal in it, and we're down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone on their last legs. Can there be one final twist? Little doubt, that is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken.
Substitutions taking place.
And it's Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek driving forwards. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Modric. Nkunku. There he goes, motoring forward. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried. Loftus-Cheek pinches it off him. Now that looks a decent ball. And here's Modric. Modric! And that's a sharp finish. We thought they were done, but never say never. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show it.
Goes for a shot! Oh, wow, that's crazy! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
That's that, the end. Milan have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Milan can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Please turn your attention to the screen for information provided by the local police.